Yeah, well, that's because, sorry, buddy, but Crash Bandicoot just isn't really as popular as you might think.
Ahem. They're having a new awesome game come out in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
I'd hold
after
your tongue
kind of,
if I were you.
yeah.
I'm saying this like fake cocky, like, excuse me, sir.
The only good thing I can say about Crash is that he didn't have a downfall like Sonic did.
Oh
He
yeah, he
had
did.
his,
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
well, not as bad. Like no one's saying,
Not
oh,
at well, maybe this
no
is.
one's holding a certain bad Crash game over everybody's heads like everyone's holding Sonic 06 over everybody's heads.
That's what
No
you.
one's warning.
That's what you think because you're not part of the Crash fandom. But believe me, there was a Crash game that we held over our heads for a long time. You just haven't played it or seen it or experienced it.
Well, that's because I don't even know Crash, dude. I've only played the first game in the Insane trilogy and sucked at it pretty freaking hard.
Okay, well, if this video wasn't themed for Sonic, I would explain this to you. But let's get back to Sonic.
Okay, we'll talk about Crash in a different video, I guess.
Yeah.
You can school
Ooh,
me.
That'd be fun. I was gonna. Oh, right. So again, if you're unfamiliar with the Sonic fandom, you're gonna notice a continuity error in most cases because the comics, the cartoon, the games, they're not always true to each other. There's a lot of
When's the last
things
time you saw
that
Sally
don't
in
make
a
sense.
game?
Huh?
When's the last time you saw Sally in a game?
They can't do that.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's like continuity, like the
Because
games.
Sally is a property of Archie, not
Oh.
not Sonic Team who produces the games.
So yeah, so the games are their own thing. The comics and Sad AM kind of line up.
Yeah, a little bit. And if you ask me, those are the more interesting stories because the games don't have any interesting stories anymore.
Well, who needs? Okay, the original Sonic stories, or the original Sonic games didn't really need a story. You just needed, hey, go here, collect these rings, collect these emeralds, beat the bad guy.
Well, that was back in the day when that was kind of okay to just get away with. Now that won't work. We can't just like.
Works fine. Works fine. Mortal Kombat.
Well,
I mean, Mortal Kombat does have a story, but
yeah, Mortal
we don't
Kombat
care
11
about
has a huge story from what you told me about it.
yeah, but no one cares about like the reason we don't go into Mortal Kombat for the story. We go in to say, oh, I'm going to shoot Scorpion.
Comparing this to Mortal Kombat,
fucker.
comparing this to Mortal Kombat isn't really fair because Mortal Kombat is solely played for the fighting, not for the story.
That is true.
Whereas Sonic is like, I wouldn't say it's solely played for its running because most Sonic games nowadays don't have running anymore. There's a lot of Sonic games that are very slow paced.
Which doesn't make any fucking sense.
It really doesn't. But what I was gonna say was because of those continuity misleading things, is you might notice characters in one property that doesn't exactly line up in the other one. Like we said before, Sally does not appear in the games because she belongs to Archie, who makes the comics. But if you ask me, I think she's a much more interesting character than Amy.
Okay, I doubt you'll find any Sonic fans who disagree. I mean, there might be fans who like Amy, and that's okay.
There are.
Nobody will dispute that Sally and Sonic are the OTP.
Yes, absolutely, because they are.
Also, they're the only canon. They're the only canon OTP.
Yeah.
Also, another canon OTP. Okay, just forewarned you guys. This is really hard for me to talk about, but in Sonic X.
Oh wait, hang on. Spoilers for Sonic X, just so you know.
And I wouldn't say anything, but this is the only storyline I ever actually watched on Sonic X because
And it's the only one I can remember.
Yeah, reasons.
Right.
So they go out in space to fight this bad guy, and they meet this girl named Cosmo.
Well, she's been around for most of the series.
Tails falls in love with her, and it's a cute little romance.
Yeah.
But then to defeat the bad guy, Tails had to kill her. I was okay.
Well, okay. Hang on. To explain, Cosmo had to link with the villain in order to render it hittable, but that also meant that she was latched to it, so she would go with it.
It was okay. And keep in mind, I first saw this when I was 8. It fucked me up.
I saw it when I was like 11.
I'm 22, and it still fucks me up.
Right. It's really hard to watch, man.
Which is
I
why
don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember. Also, Shadow also died in that.
Yeah, whatever.
I know it doesn't mean as much to you, but I didn't know if you remembered.
I'm not saying I hate Shadow because I don't, but
I like Shadow. I think he's cool.
it's just Tails Cosmo, OTP.
Right,
Loved it.
right. There was a whole love
Which is
thing
why,
there.
to this day, you will find a million different fan fictions about how to bring Cosmo back to life and have her hook up with Tails.
And I've seen this on FF.net, I've seen Tails trying to move on or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
But,
Speaking of, just real
Yeah.
quick, we're not going to go huge into this, but some of the DeviantArt Sonic fans are...
yeah, guys, you're a little much.
And we're fan fiction writers, so that's saying a lot. If we can admit
we have a
that,
limit.
if we can admit that some of our fellow fans are crazies,
That should say something about them.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I have crazy thoughts every now and then, but I don't broadcast it.
Me too. Yeah, we don't have a Sonic Planet 419, like if you get that reference.
But I cannot see the future. So should we talk about the Chaos Emeralds and how they're basically Deus Ex Machinas?
They're not. No, they're Dragon Ball X Machinas, from what I remember. Of course,
Oh yeah, they are like the Dragon Balls. I mean,
my knowledge of the Chaos Emeralds is very nil because the games I play don't deal with them.
you don't really need to know a whole lot about them other than that they can solve the game's plot in a second.
There's 7 of them, and they're all different colors. So why the fuck are they called emeralds?
I don't know. I've often wondered that myself. But like, that's what they are. They're plot solvers. They're only in there to write themselves out of something they wrote themselves into.
Pretty much.
Like, again, sorry for referencing such a horrible game, but Sonic 06. Oh, the Emeralds can resurrect Sonic and defeat the bad guy. Shadow the Hedgehog. The Emeralds will tell me about my past. Friggin' Sonic Forces. Go super and defeat the bad guy. Which, that one repeats itself a lot more than any of the other ones. It's not very dynamic. These Emeralds, they never really... I mean, the comics pay more attention to them and actually gave them a pretty interesting backstory. But I haven't had time to research it. I had a buddy who was, like, super into these comics, and he told me, like, no, the Emeralds actually came from this place where there's, like, they all have, like, a weird, like, entity to them. And I'm like, really? Wow, that's more interesting than the games. The games literally just use them as a plot device.
Yep.
Which, you know, again, in some cases is not bad, but when it's repeating itself and it's mundane and it's boring, in a game about a character who goes fast...
Again, Sonic 1 and 2 are my main squeezes.
Right.
So.
And those are good games.
Yep.
And, yes, the Chaos Emeralds show up in those ones too, but shut up. Honestly, you know what's funny is, and I don't know if you noticed this, but in the first one, there's only 6.
Well, I didn't notice. I never get that far. I told you I always get stuck on Zone 2.
No, in Sonic 1, buddy.
I still can't get past Zone 2.
Oh. Well, and I don't think they were... Maybe they were. I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure they were called Chaos Gems at that point.
Oh, well, that makes more sense, because they're all different colors.
Right. I don't know why they thought to call every single one of them emeralds.
That's like trying to call the
Emerald is a
Infinity
color.
The Infinity Emeralds.
Or the Infinity...
Hey, Marvel, don't do it.
Well, you know what's hilarious is those weren't even called Infinity Stones at the beginning.
I know they're called Infinity Gems, but
No. The original name was Soul Gems.
All of them were called Soul Gems?
Yeah.
Huh.
That was before the Infinity Gauntlet storyline, but yeah.
Oh.
But, Sonic,
Emerald X Machina.
Right. Well, cartoons. Like we said, SatAM's good. Adventure Sonic is good. Cartoony, but good.
Silly. What? Funny.
What other cartoons are there? X is good. X is good. Emotional, but good.
Also, one thing I didn't like about X, and this is just something I don't like in general when it comes to these cartoons,
Right.
but I hate when a world, like a weird non-human world mixes with the human world, and I don't like that storyline. It bugs the hell out of me.